We are live. Say hello, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal with Rosie's Closet. And today with me, I have Kimmy from Borderline Hoarderish. And I put her link down there in the description. So please, if you haven't already, go and subscribe.
Thank you. Yeah. What's up, Crystal?
So it looks like, let's see, I popped out the chat.
Yeah, so I know that feel free to ask me if you need help, in guiding to use your Streamlabs. This is a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that.
Okay, cool.
So you can switch our screens if you want. If you wanted to make just me, for example, in the square, you have to go down to where you added me, like my little square, and there's a thing that says solo, and you would press that. And then it will make me the big screen. Yep, there you go.
Like that.
Not that I want it to be that way, but just to help you out. And then on the side is the private chat between you and I. Your chat for YouTube. You cannot delete messages from YouTube or add mods from that screen. You have to do it from your YouTube screen. And then you can click on comments and it'll highlight them on the bottom right here.
I saw that. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then you can also make your own banners. So there's a lot of pretty neat things with StreamYard. There are a few downfalls. The only biggest downfall, I think, from my experience and opinion, is the delay. But that's it. The screen being a little backwards is weird, but
that is a little strange. Oh wait, other way. Wait. This. There we go. High five. Yes. Yeah, see, I'm still figuring that out. That's weird.
I still do too. It's all right. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So it looks like we got a bunch of people in here already. Hello, Feline Kisses. Hi, Amelia. Hello, Jennifer. Good morning, Josh. Hey, little sis. No, big sis. I'm little sis. You're big sis. How are you? Hi, Mary. Wow. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's kind of like an impromptu, last minute decision to go live. Just testing out the StreamYard, see how it works, since I never really used it on my channel. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool. I like it. What's up, Gina, Amelia, Jennifer, Josh? I see you all in there. Hello, friends.
So how have your sales been this week?
Oh, well, I'm a shipping full currently still. But activity really, I think matters, because I, for a couple of weeks in a row, have been trying to list pretty much every day. Or at least kind of going around and doing something in it. But so the sales are picking up for sure, which is helpful. I mean, that's awesome.
That's good.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it, you know what I'm selling? That stuff I pulled from the dumpster. That is,
that's good.
So much of that stuff. Yeah, it is, because I bought it for nothing, and so all I'm spending money on is the ink to print out the printer or the shipping label, and tape, because I get everything else for free. Most of it, even the shipping stuff. So, except I'm really mad, and I'm gonna complain about it for 1 second. If you are watching and you are the person throwing trash in my recycling dumpster that I go pull shipping stuff from, I'm going to find you. I'll never figure out who it is, but somebody really is. There's a dumpster at the recycling center that's outside the perimeter of the recycling center that always has a bunch of cardboard in it, and somebody's taking regular trash and putting it in that dumpster. So it's ruining all of the good box.
Ruining it.
Yeah, they don't want me to catch them doing it.
Hi, Shy Dove. Good morning. How are you? No, it's like here in Vegas, you're not allowed to dumpster dive. It's against the law. So if it's in a Republic trash can, the name is Republic. So if it's in a Republic trash can, you can't take it. If it's on the street, you can take it. But if it's already in the trash can, you can't.
Yeah. So, every state is different. I always tell people you definitely need to look at the laws in your state. There are some of the weirdest laws out there. I can't remember where it is, but there's a state where it's like, for example, it's illegal to have a cow crossing the road. Like that is like a serious law. Some of them are just ridiculous, but
I know we have some weird ones here too. I think they go back to like, the old Western days, like I forget what some of them are, but just random things like you can't walk into a bar with your gun like strapped on your shoulder or like something weird like that, like old Western laws that still apply today. It's very strange.
I see Gina. I see you in there, Key Lime. She says, thanks for giving your loyal and awesome subs first chance at that skincare. I still have some of it. Well, quite a lot of it. Part of it, I listed. Part of it I gave to my kid. A few of them I kept. And some of it I'm going to start doing like giveaways or adding as a little extra. I thought, yeah. Well, I mean, it was free. I just couldn't believe it that it was in boxes like that. And
I wonder if maybe like employees are stashing it.
That's what I thought. That's
like
really
to come get it later.
And I didn't even think that until I had gone back right after closing, and the boxes, all of them were gone. And that box was so big that like I don't think anybody could have pulled that by themselves unless they maybe backed up a truck to the dumpster and were at a different angle, because it was so heavy. And what I pulled from it was just a small portion of that box. It was a lot of liquid, so no wonder it was so heavy. But
yeah,
if only I could have moved that box. I keep going back and checking that. I mean, I've been checking that dumpster even before that, and I've never seen that many boxes that are sealed of product like that.
Yeah, I wonder if employees were stealing it, or maybe they did like a big inventory and it was all like overstock or something.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it's quite possible with the timing of, I mean, you notice you go to the store and we're shifting again into the next season of things.
Yeah.
All the summer stuff starts to go on sale, and here in a couple weeks, then it will be all office supplies things that start to, go on deeper discounts. And then they'll, of course, go into the fall season kind of items. I'm already seeing things about pumpkin spice. I'm like, let's get through summer first. But
I know. I just went to the grocery store yesterday, and our seasonal, the seasonal aisle is already full of candy. I was like, are we at Halloween already? It's not even, it's not even the middle of August yet. But yeah, there's already shipping seasons. I just read what Key Lime wrote there.
It's so funny. Some of them were marked. So I'm trying to figure out how you can get a hold of me. Do you follow me on Instagram? You should message me though, Gina. Oh yeah. I'm a dork, of course. Really? Seriously? Get a hold of me, Gina, because I have some that were the barcodes were Sharpied through, and I'm just not gonna even take the time to try to list that or do anything. So I'll hook you up with some. Just for being you.
Aw.
Well, she's like an OG, just like you are in my YouTube world, Even though it's only been, so technically here in a couple weeks, I'll have been chatting in YouTube chats for a year. That's not watching YouTube. I watched resellers before that for quite a few months. But my channel was Life of Kimberly then. When the first ones I started to really chat in were Chick Picker, like Lindy Glenn, Todd, and then it just kind of filtered out through the chats. So Key Lime
yeah, that's kind of what I did too.
Todd, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah.
Probably. What does that mean? Ulta usually suits their dumpster. You have a Breakfast Club shirt on.
Yeah, I'm wearing a one of a kind.
Pat's in here. Good morning, Pat. My number 2.
It's all right, Pat. He just saw me live over hanging out. So he probably assumed that I was done. And you didn't message me. You called me, dweeb. Oh, you heard it.
That's your word this morning, huh? It's like Pat's a dweeb and I'm a dweeb.
Yeah.
I was totally a dweeb this morning.
Well, so she, now you have to explain though to the audience. She wasn't really, I mean, I told her to go facepalm herself, but she got a little mixed up with the time zone thing, which is fine. But the funny part was I had asked her, your time or my time? And she's all, her time. Or no, my time. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said your time. And then for whatever reason,
it didn't click in her head that we don't, I don't know. She thought we were on the same time zone, I guess.
No, I knew we were an hour apart. So I said your time, but still thinking that your time would be 10 and mine would be 11. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't on yet.
Before we went live, it worked out because I got to hang out with Flipping Particles D, who I haven't gone to visit live for a minute. So it was perfect.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good then. So my dweebiness paid off for you.
It's there are far worse things to be called.
Oh yes,
dweeb.
I don't mind.
Silly. It's just silly. Silly. So I have a couple items that I have to ship out, and I figured I'll show you. One of the things I'm packaging up and tell you a little few secrets. Now, I like to go, so, I like bags, buying bags of items, like 99-cent bags at Goodwill. I think they changed that a little bit, and they're like $1.99 or something now, but, and then also when I go to the bins, I'm not necessarily going for clothes. I'm digging to the bottom for those toys and those figurines that are down there. Even in the hard goods, you could, you dig to the bottom. Be careful, because people do not care about tossing stuff around, and there could be breakable glass or something. So I would suggest it be easy if you're going to try to do it faster. Bring gloves for sure,
and definitely wear gloves.
It's a little Mark's toy.
Yeah, I think I know what that is.
Yeah, and the thing about these ones in particular is the parts of him, it's not, you don't find very easily that he has all of his little parts and that it's not broken. So
usually that bow and arrow piece is broke.
Mm-hmm. So Mark's company was in the 50s the biggest toy company out there. I think it was 80s, they sold it out. I can't remember the details, so don't mark my words on it, but they sold it out, and that's basically when all the kind of fakes and molds, people could make molds of the toys. So there's a lot of replicas of these guys, and this is not an old one. It is vintage, but it's not like one of the ones from 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, just so you guys know that there's a lot of people who pass this kind of stuff up, and sometimes if you can come across a few, it's worth it. It's worth it. So
I think people just don't know what they're looking at. you know, because you can still buy things that look like that today.
Well,
but it's not,
the
right, it's not branded.
And you can quality is a really good sign of telling from a good one to like replica cheapie that was made later 80s, early 90s, all the way to now. Those ones that you see in the store now of the army men and all that, they are cheaply made and they have a lot of flaws on them, like extra parts of plastic or whatever it is. And then if you look at enough of them, you get the idea of even what they look like and they feel like. It reminds me of like jewelry. People who are really good with jewelry, just by feeling it or looking at it or seeing the glare or, you know, whatever, you know, feeling if it's cold, they can tell. So that kind of happens when you just kind of have to know, really. There's good references, Mary Beth, about telling the dates and or at least within 5 years. And the markings on the bottom, for Mark's Toys in particular, the markings on the bottom change throughout the years. But there are some good references. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you Google how to tell the difference that you can get some more detailed words. I'm not so great at explaining it. Like I said, details matters for sure in that. That's a pretty big clue if they, and I should have got some out to show you guys of the really kind of bad ones.
I only have one sale for today. That kind of stinks, but it's just it's a cassette tape, so that's interesting. Let's see if I can find it really quick. I'll show you what it is.
Hello, Swift Seller. Thrift Beast says, good afternoon. Crystal, did you figure out what that tea was?
Nope, I haven't figured it out yet.
Here's another guy that sold to a different buyer. Little caveman hatchet throwing dude.
Let's see. Wow, I think I put it in the wrong box, so I'll have to look for that in a minute. But it's a Filipino cassette. So I have a friend of mine, she's Filipino, and she had like an entire cassette collection. And I still have like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 that I still have to list. But I've been selling them pretty regularly. So cassette tapes still sell. Even even, you know, Filipino ones sell.
Mary Beth is just one guy at a time. Are you talking about the little guys? Now that depends. Like it depends on the price of what they are for me. Sometimes I'll lot them together. If I do them individual and then they sit for a certain amount of time period or a certain amount of time, then I will lot them together. But there's a few of them that I think are worth splitting up. See, the whole thing about it is like you can make one listing, one main template of a listing like that, and then all you have to do to change it is to change obviously a sentence or two in the title, but the picture. Yeah. So I can smash out, you know, photographing and taking pictures of some of these weird little guys. I mean, and this one isn't a high dollar, so I think from the 3 that I sold to different, and again, it was different people, I'll make like 15 profit off of them at the end, which isn't huge, but I've had these guys up for a minute, and I put them on sale. Or no, not sale. I did the, what do you call
promotion?
It? Yeah, there you go. I did it at 1%. I did it at 1% on those, and they had sold, but they don't take up a lot of room. I have a lot of space issue in my house, and with what I could sell, I have to be particular sometimes.
Yeah. That's my problem too. I have to be really particular because everything has to fit in this room. So, I'm limited.
Right. I did pick up some cute little plushes though on one of my last dumpster pickups.
I love selling plush.
Well, this is the season for me to list more than I normally do. Let me put this little guy away here and I'll grab him. Because I know you like plush. So
I do. I like plush.
Hello, Colin. All right, I'm going to go grab him real quick.
Okay. Let me see if I can find that cassette. I think I stuck it in the wrong box. Let's see. Nora, where is it? Hey, Jake. My kiddo runs by here. He doesn't want to be on live. At least not on mine. He does his own, but not on mine. Oh, looks like Pat had to step out. Bye, Pat. See you later. And Swift Seller has joined us. Hello, Swift Seller. Hello, Thrifty Falconer's Wife. Thank you guys for being here. I didn't really plan like a live, so I'm still just playing around with StreamYard, learning how it works.
I'm back.
You're back.
I picked these up last week, but I haven't listed them yet, and I have them all finished of being cleaned up. I did wash some of them and then just hand clean the others, but here's a little bear. Oh, it's like weird on the screen. Can you switch the screens so they're like the rectangle or? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now you can see them on there.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, he's got like weighted behind.
Yeah, he's cute.
Swift Seller says, I tried to going live last night through YouTube and wasn't able to. Through your laptop, do you have 1,000 people? Wait, through your laptop, can you go live if you don't have 1,000?
No, but you have to use a program.
Right, like OBS or something?
Yes, or like StreamYard, because Google Hangouts doesn't work anymore.
I'm gonna set him down.
Yeah, so try using StreamYard, like what we're using right now. It's free for the account. Just go onto their website and try it through that way, because Google Hangouts doesn't work anymore, and I don't know if it's different if you're just by yourself. Can you still stream live on YouTube by yourself, or?
I think you can. Yeah.
I don't know.
Here's another little dude.
Oh, that's cute. Is that one of those like stackable guys?
I'm not really sure. He doesn't. His tag is a little messed up, but so I'm not. I'm on the fence about him. He's cute though.
He is.
And then here's a little big-headed tigger.
Oh, a big-headed tigger.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah, he is cute. He's cute. I need to defuzz his nose. I didn't want to wash him because he looked like he hadn't been washed, but his eyes had too many kind of dark marks in it, and they were in the dumpster, not in a nice clean box. So I was like, I don't know. I have a really big Jiminy Cricket, and all I could think about was, man, I would hope that if I bought something for my kid that it would be washed. Like disinfected or something if it was in a trash can.
Yeah, that one will probably sell really well. The Tigger.
Yeah, he's pretty cute. I looked him up.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the highest one. I think it was like 15 or something. So, I mean, again, it was free.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
I always seem to do well with the Disney stuff.
so this guy, uh, here's a little. I don't know if you guys will ever come across any, but Bolo or Future to Watch Out. When you're out and about is these little fellers, these little weird characters with teeth. And this guy isn't a noise maker like some of the other ones. Some of them will make noise by pressing on his feet, but I pulled this out of a dumpster behind. It was like a Dollar General and a dentist office right next to it. And with the help of Rebecca, we figured out that these were, that they're used to help to teach kids how to brush their teeth. But some of them
Oh,
for like $150
what?
sold. Yeah, not this one who isn't a noisemaker, but he'll go. I think he's like 20 or 30 or something. And again, that's pretty awesome. Right?
Wow. Yeah, he looks like he's wearing dentures or
Yeah,
something.
this one in particular is from a company called Smile Makers, but
That's cute.
yeah, these little creepy looking denture teeth.
Yeah, they do look like dentures. Wow.
Yeah, the other one I pulled out was a kangaroo, and he did make noise at one time, and I wish I could get him to work and he wasn't so rough, because he is one that's worth over $100. But his like mouth is torn and his eyeballs were kind of worn off and he wasn't making noise, and I don't think it's worth my time in messing around with it.
Well, you could still sell it as is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, he's really rough.
There's people out there that might try to fix it, or people that
Right?
just
Could be.
want it and they'll pay for it, even if it's messed up like that. Like my Gizmo. Where's he at?
Oh yeah, I sold one of those Furbies.
Yeah, he is really messed up. He's really a mess.
So cute though.
He is so cute, but he's all matted and like he was at the bins. And it was funny because I was on Instagram and there was another reseller that had posted this, that he found it at the bins. And I said, "Are you still there? I'll come get it from you right now." And so I drove over there and picked it up from him. But he's pretty, yeah, he's in shabby shape. But I love him. He's so cute.
Right, yeah. He is very
But even something like this, I would still list it. I wouldn't take the time to try and, fix him up or anything. I would just list it just like that.
Well, he's a little more iconic than my plush, but Head Start teachers need those. Oh, she's talking about the hippo.
The hippo?
Yeah.
No, I think she meant the toothbrushing one.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, like my son's occupational therapist would love something like that. Because I know when my son was younger, she would help, teach him how to brush his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be, you could target that to so many different types of people.
Yeah, I was really I was just surprised at how much they went for, and even the cost of buying some of them new. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is crazy.
I can't believe it's so expensive. Maybe it's the teeth.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's probably what it is.
Yeah, because they do look like dentures or something.
Yeah. Some of them, like I said, you push, and I don't know if I think he was supposed to move his mouth, the other one, like when he pressed his foot, but I went to I at least opened up the battery pack to see if it was just, you know, maybe a battery exploded or something, and put some fresh new batteries in it. But he was toast.
Mm. Certain thrift store and feel like you need a shower when you get home. Yeah, that's how I feel when I come home from like the North Las Vegas bins. If we go to like the South Vegas bins, it's a lot better. I mean, it's still not great, but it's a lot better. If we go to the North Las Vegas bins, that one's gross. That one's really gross. And it's mainly hard goods over there. There's not a lot of clothing, but it seems like literally they just dump like trash dumpsters into the bins. Like it's not nothing separated. I mean, it's just a giant mess, and it's really dirty and gross over there. So I don't go to that one very much.
Yeah, I always feel like I need a shower when I go to the bins, or even some thrift stores. I have a few that I like the most, and the ones I travel to the most, and they're really pretty organized. Like they do it by like they'll have the books in one, and then hard goods in another, and the clothes in another. There's still some stuff that fall to the bottom of the clothes bins that aren't necessarily clothes, but it's usually smaller stuff.
Uh-huh.
There is apparently a Goodwill outlet here, and I'm on the hunt for it. Me and Todd's mom, we're gonna go find it.
The outlet, the bins, isn't
Yeah,
that?
so it's big. It's a place that they bring in stuff, and they don't even separate it. They don't even go through it and separate it. It's before it even goes out to any of the other places. So it's like the main.
Oh, wow.
And one day a week they have a certain day. I think it's Sunday, where things are like in boxes for 99 cents or something ridiculous. I'm like, man, that would be awesome. Just pick up a whole box of unsearched stuff. Heck
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't really have much time. You know, even if I do go to the bins, I've got maybe an hour, if that, you know, before my son is like exhausted. So maybe like an hour. And I would love to be able just to buy like a huge amount all at one time and not have to search through the bins and fight with people at the bins.
Right. Yeah, that makes me think of your video that you put out. I mean, it's been quite a few months now, huh? You were at the bins and you had your camera like you were just shifting through everything as you
yeah. Yeah, I have to go fast.
I did.
Yeah,
you have to. There's so much stuff, and you will have to like try to get to it before the next person that's following you. Or, you know, of course, you get those people who, well, it's more so a pet peeve, not to get on some negative, like, downward spiral or something, but it's where it's at the Goodwill. Like, people are ruder at the regular Goodwill to me than they are actually at the bins. Like, people in the regular Goodwills, you know, you're going along, like, with your shopping cart on the aisle. I kind of like do this zigzag things through the aisles when I go. And it'll be the person that you're moving, right? You're moving to go and you see an object, and then some person comes right in front of you and grabs whatever it is and then looks at you and just like, oh, my bad, and then walks away. You're all, well,
they know exactly what they're doing.
I
They know
like,
exactly.
I'm so sorry sometimes. And I'm like, no, probably not. Or else you wouldn't have done it in the first place. But I always think, you know what? Apparently that person needed it more than I do. So
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not one that's gonna fight over something. It's not happening.
Did you feel the 1438 vibing, Todd? He felt it.
Oh, Todd's here. Hi, Todd.
Feeling it.
I don't have one of those shirts. I need to get one.
Well, I think he has just the plain ones. Now it just says 1438. But yeah, Todd, you should throw down your.
I'll go check it out. I still have his Teespring and everything here, so I'll check it out.
Merch. I'm sure he's probably come up with more stuff that I haven't even seen.
I'm rocking my asteroids shirt today.
Leticia, what's up, Leticia? People are starting to roll in. They must have just got their
like a late notification, or maybe somebody else was live.
Quite possibly. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Go live when I want to.
I do what I want.
I'll do what I want. Yeah.
I think sometimes it's better to just kind of, do your thing. It gets complicated. Always trying to avoid others and going live. And I think that at the end of the day, you need to remember your why and why you're doing this, because that should be what's most important. As long as you're not being rude about it, in some way, but
yeah, exactly.
For you.
And there are, YouTubers that I do like to watch, so I won't go live when they're on. But, for the most part, I'll just go when I'm available, because right. I really have limited time. So it's like, if I'm available now, I'm sorry if you're on, but this is the time that I have. I'm not trying to be rude about it.
Nowadays, everybody gets offended by everything, so don't even worry about it. You're a sweetheart anyways, and if people think you're rude, they don't know you.
Thank you.
I know that you were talking about your whole mama bear coming out. I feel you on that. I'm like, I bet that Crystal mama bear side comes out.
Yeah.
I mean,
for the most part, I'm pretty laid back, pretty chill. I don't try to start things with people, and I'll avoid confrontation. But, you mess with my kid, you mess with even my husband, you mess with my husband, the claws will come out. Yeah. So
I like Todd's answer. I go live when the spirit moves me. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, Todd. That's the best way. Keeps you organic, right? Oh, I know that he also kind of has a time limitation to things too. Sometimes you just never know what's going to happen in life. How's your basement, Todd? Hopefully it's not flooding.
Yeah, I saw he was live the other day moving some dirt around, trying to avoid future flooding.
I watched the dirt slaying. He was chucking some dirt.
Yeah.
The replay though, I didn't watch it live. You just never know. I mean, winters it's snow blowing, summers shifting the dirt.
Yeah. That's what I like about Todd, though, is he shares all of that with us. So it's not just in his basement shipping or.
Well, I mean, we're in the era of where people like that kind of reality TV aspect of things. So
yeah,
that more blog style, that more they want to know what goes on, behind the scenes, behind the people. He says the backyard is 80% done. Basement is dry and ready for pictures. Hello, Adrian.
Awesome. Hello, Adrian.
UK.
Very cool.
Very cool. I was looking at my analytics, or the area you can look in your studio, or your the beta, whatever it is on YouTube.
Yeah, the creative.
Where you can tell, if you're the people who watch you, what percentage is male and what percentage is female, and then where they are from all over the world. I don't have so many this month as I did in more recent months of kind of a spread out of all over. But I was actually watching some videos the other day about how to make your channel more international, all global kind of thing. And they were talking about, getting, my brain is not working today.
That's all right.
You have their language translated on the screen. so that they can.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I was looking into that.
I think, like the topics of reselling, that would be global, maybe not specifically eBay because there's only
Right.
certain areas that it's available, but reselling, I would think it would be global.
So he says it's okay. It's Friday. It's going to be a long day apparently because I got the crazies come out at night is tonight. But out of all the shows that I do, that's one of my favorite because it's literally, well, I like all of them, but it's a time where my brain doesn't have to think about work or making money and it's just trying to have fun, with the tube community. So hello, DJ Mac.
Oh, I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, his picture is different or something is different. I don't know, it looks different. Is this that second channel that he had? I feel like something's different.
I think it's his picture.
I'm gonna have to go look at his channel now. Wait, yeah. This can't be right. Is this a new one? He has 2 subscribers on that one.
Oh, maybe it's a different channel.
Maybe.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. He says he has a new channel. Okay.
Oh, okay. Todd says, I had a few weeks craziness here. I moved my inventory around and pulled up the carpet and padding. Your old one got banned. Why? Why did it get banned? Did it? I'm curious to know that because I know that he does a lot of music.
Maybe copyright?
Right.
I know. I just had a copyright. I've had 2 of them now, but I fought the first one and I got that one deleted or whatever. But now I have a second one. So I use a program for editing my videos. And it has a whole library of music that you can use. And it's a paid service or paid program that I use. And so I had used one of the songs out of that library, and they're claiming that it's copyright, but I'm trying to fight it because I do pay for the service, so I don't understand why I can't use the music that's
right. Yeah, you should be able to, so I am having a similar issue, but it gets resolved pretty quickly. So the editing program or the music part of it that I do, they have a little spot on there where it says that if YouTube flags something, then to just like fill out the little form thing right there, and they take care of it pretty quickly. By all you have to pretty much do is have the proof of the link of where you got it from, through the app that you have bought music from.
Yeah.
And it should go away. A lot of those, and it's good if you're going to do some of those copyright type of music to read the fine white writing just before. It's better to take care of things now when you're a smaller channel than to wait down the line and it really, really hurts you. But a lot of them will help you out if there ever is a lawsuit, up to a certain amount of money. And so it's good to make sure to, read that part because it is important. And
well, yeah, it's much better to learn it as you're growing.
Right. Yeah.
Than to lose your channel, when you have
people, I've heard kind of some horror stories about, people having just a little kind of a mix up or something, to their channels or whatever. And it makes a huge dent in that when you're, a much bigger channel. So,
yeah.
Yes, Todd. I've had that Apps Mule downloaded on my phone, and I didn't really quite understand it, but I did listen to you singing, sir.
I listened to too.
It was good.
No, that's a great song that he does.
Mac, you're right. I should go. I'm gonna go sub to Mac.
Let me do that too. Everybody go sub to DJ Mac. Let's see if I
I've
can
never
do
had
that.
to sub to somebody so many times, Mac. You must be extra special.
There we go. Let's see if we can get him to sub back.
I said hi to Adam in the chat, but I don't think I said hi to you. Hi to him live. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Yeah,
Todd's a hunk of burning love. That's what Adam says.
A hunk of burning love.
All right, there we go.
There you
There
go.
we go. I sub.
What are your plans for the rest of the day, Crystal?
I'm just trying to stay cool. I'm hot. Oh, it's hot and humid and just yuck right now.
Yeah, I'm too. It's usually not humid there, right?
No, but it's like monsoon season, so it lasts, maybe like 4 to 6 weeks where we do get some humidity and like those summer showers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a few more weeks of that. But even then, though, the humidity is not that high. It's like 29% or something, or 25%. But it still feels really humid to us because we're used to like 0.
Yeah, so that's what is kind of going on here is it's been humid, and it is normally the start of our like storm season again. It hits springtime, summer, like July is just hot. Like it doesn't really rain, and that's why most of the stuff that's all green is not so green by the end of July around here. It looks more, well, yeah, it's just not as pretty. And I'm talking about like Denver area, way lower elevation than the mountains here. But lately, it just rained. I mean, for a minute there, it was raining like every day for I don't even know how many weeks in a row. So take the whole 100-degree weather and add humidity, and we're not used to it either. So I'm feeling you.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had an unusual amount of rain too, which is why we had that like grasshopper invasion.
Yeah. So did they turn to the locust? Because that's what happens. I saw that happen a couple times in Kansas, but it's weird for that to be in Vegas.
It's happened a few times here, but this is the first time it's happened since I've lived here, and I've been here now, I think, 10 or 11 years. But I did live in Arizona for a little while, and I've seen like tons of grasshoppers there in Arizona, but it's a lot more humid in that area. But yeah, it was really strange. I mean, it was like something out of a movie or like a horror film or something, like just the amount of grasshoppers. And there's still a lot of them hanging around, but just the amount of grasshoppers like on the strip. And I mean, you can literally like shovel them off of the sidewalk. That's how much there was.
That's
it was
crazy.
Gross. It's really gross.
I don't know about that. They're not like, I mean, there could be far worse bugs jumping at me, but it would be crazy if it was a bunch of spiders. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Anxiety attack after anxiety attack.
I would never go out.
I know. Grasshoppers are pretty annoying more so. It's just because they're a little surprising when you feel them like jump on you. But
yeah.
I've seen it here just a couple years ago. They had a similar thing, kind of, except it was with the locusts, which I don't know are similar or are the same, or grasshoppers morphed. Something along those lines. I can't remember what it is, but those things are annoying because they make that weird high-pitched buzz sound.
Oh, no, these don't do that. But we do have the cicadas here, and those make that high-pitched noise, and that drives me nuts.
We also have had it's a couple times of a huge amount, like a wave of butterflies coming through, which is pretty cool. A couple years ago, it was so bad that they picked it up on radar. You could see it from the satellites, this like weird darkness of that was because of the butterflies.
Yeah, that's funny. That's how our grasshopper swarm is right now. Like you can see it on the radar. And they were showing like a picture of the Luxor, the big pyramid casino, and it has this huge light that shoots all the way up and you can see it from space. And it was completely filled, like the grasshoppers were attracted to it. So it was completely filled with it, and it was looking like aliens were coming, or I mean, it was so weird and creepy. It was just gross.
Okay, so now that I see that Adam wrote it down, because we don't, I didn't recognize when you said whatever it was. I saw one of those last year. Well, it was dead, and I'd never seen it before, and I took a picture of it and I put it on social media. Best way to figure out something is either A, Google, B, put it up on social media.
Yeah.
But it just looked weird. It looked like a giant weird moth of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost a butterfly, but ugly.
Yeah, they're nasty. And they make that like high pitched like buzzing noise, and it's a consistent, like constant buzz. And everywhere you go out here right now, all you hear is buzzing.
Todd says he sent us a link. I need to call your mom, Todd. Thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna write that down.
Sent us a link. Is that like mule?
Mule.
Yep. I'll have to check that out later. Don't you have to pay for Smule, like a subscription service or something?
Yeah, give us the deets, Todd. Hello, Matt.
Moth thing that flew like a hummingbird, but it wasn't one.
Maybe a really big bug.
Ew. Yeah, with all the rain that we've had this year over here, we've had some weird, really gross bugs. And then like I live in between the Las Vegas Wash and the Nevada wetlands. So we have weird bugs and birds and like raccoons, and we have like these giant toads. I'll find toads in my driveway. I mean, just strange things that you wouldn't expect to see in the desert. I have them at my house. Ew. Yeah, they do leave their shell, and it's really gross. They make a mess, and they're annoying because they're so noisy.
I'm writing a little thank you note for my next package. I can't write and talk and read all at the same time, so I'm not a multitasker in that way.
No, I would start either saying what I'm writing or writing down what I'm trying to say, and it wouldn't work out.
Oh, see, now I forgot which ones I gotta do. Okay. Oh yeah, my brain no worky. I think we need to be doing more work in Hangouts, man. I miss those days.
Oh, I know. I've been so busy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it all the time. Like, there's just no way. But
yeah, just like changing my son's whole entire schedule, and then school's going to be starting soon. And the crazy thing is, he was rejected by the school that he wanted to go to. So we're scrambling like last minute, trying to figure out another school for him. We do homeschool, but it's online school. So we have to change now to a different school. And I'm just scrambling because school is supposed to start on Monday. So I've been scrambling to get all the paperwork and.
Right? Loads of paperwork.
Yeah.
I did the bulk of paperwork. last year when I re-registered the kids, but then of course always at the beginning of the year there's more.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like my signature is so sloppy now just from having to write it, you know, over all the years.
Right. I know. Like it'll look really nice on the first page, and then like as you get to the second, third, fourth, it just starts getting like all scribbly.
Adam says he's gonna do some work in Hangouts. Need to get more watch hours up. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
You do, yeah. Like I think it would be cool. I mean, we don't have nothing has to necessarily be set in stone, but it would be nice to, you know, get us to do some more Hangouts and maybe rotate around.
I tend not to work very much when we're doing the working.
Well, it's hard as the host. It's hard as the host, I think, to do it because you want to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah.
And then also, my issue is trying to be mindful of the noise. Like today, I'm sort of like when I was hanging out with Dee and I was shipping, I would just mute myself when trying to rip the tape. But if I were to have a little bit better of a plan, then I could just take pictures and do drafts of listing live.
Yeah. No, usually I'll if I'm doing live, I'll like share my Poshmark closet or something while we're sitting here, but I'm not up and moving around.
Yeah. Yep. Bye, Leticia. Oh wait, I think Mary Beth. Oh yeah, she's leaving too. Bye, Mary Beth. I keep yawning and it's not good. It's far too early in the day for that.
Oh, I know.
But then when I yawn, I'm sure it makes others yawn, which is not very nice to do. I need to get up and do some jumping.
It's that weird, like, contagious. It's that weird contagious thing, you know?
Right.
It's like sometimes even I'll see my dog yawn and I'm like, oh, why are you tired? And then I'll start yawning. Really, dog?
Trying to get back into the groove of school is part of my issue. Staying up too late all summer and then trying to switch that was not the best of ideas on my part.
Yeah, I gotta get back in that groove too.
Oh, see, Swift Seller. It's contagious. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just yawn.
I'm sorry. Make the yawning go away.
And what else are you shipping?
Well, I was putting the little character dudes together now. Or these characters. The ones I was just showing you guys.
Character dudes?
Yeah.
Little army guys?
The little, yeah, army.
Cowboys and Indians?
Yeah, cowboys, Indians, cavemen. Them all. Got a meeting. Well, have fun at your meeting. My hair is looking a mess. It's all right. The humidity makes my hair gray, so whatever.
Yeah, I straightened mine. I was like, when I texted you, I was just getting out of the shower. And I was like, oh no, I got the time like totally screwed up.
It happens.
And then
I wasn't even
my
mad.
hair is very curly. So I had to like blow dry it and straighten it. But it's like still frizzy right now.
Mine is frizzed out. That's all right. So.
Holy cow, Batman.
That's the way to do it. I was thinking the other day, I think I'm going to take advantage of the whole Walmart shopping pickup because that will just be one less thing that I have to try to do in a day. So
yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Well, then it might help with being on a budget a little bit more so, because it's like I'll go in with a list to the store and then come out with way more than what was on the list.
Yeah, I always do that. Yeah.
And then it doesn't help when you got the kids. Well, although Brayden, my son, I tell him no, a lot, but every time he still thinks that he's gonna maybe change my mind. Let him have this toy that he thinks he needs. Mom, I promise I won't ask for anything for Christmas, or I'll do chores every day. And I'm like, all right, we've been down this road. Okay. Nope. I tell him, you need to sell some of your toys and then you'd have your own money.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to do that with my son. They have a big, huge, like, seasonal sale here. It's only kids stuff. So it's all like kids furniture, kids toys, clothing. They do have like some maternity stuff, but they do it, I think it's 3 times a year now. And it's all on consignment. So you put all of your stuff together. They give you these barcodes that you put on everything. You set your own prices and you drop it off. They organize it all into their store, and then you get a check at the end. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
But we used to do that with all of his toys and clothes, and then he could use that money to go and buy new toys and clothes.
Hello, darling. She was live earlier. Oh, sorry, there was a tape noise. I know.
That's okay.
It's just very loud. Very loud. Where'd another piece of cardboard go? Oh, see, now I'm losing stuff.
Yeah, I try to catch her live sometimes in the mornings. Sometimes it's a little early for me, but I try.
Right? Well, it's 6:30 my time. It means it's 5 yours that she goes live.
Yeah.
Early. Like, I love a lot of people in live 5:30 on YouTube watching somebody live. I don't love you that much.
No. I'm usually up at that time.
Yeah, school hours, I am up a lot earlier. And I sit there and I drink coffee and I will watch people. But I sometimes will lurk more in those really, really early ones if I'm up that early. My fingers don't even work.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be lurking too, because I'll just be watching like on my phone or something, and I'm not going to like type on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, in school hours, there's like a million things. Yeah. Sorry, I just all walked away.
Yeah, I got to figure that out once school starts again, because usually my son sits right back there. He has his, well, right now it's all covered in shipping supplies, but he has his school desk right back there. So either I have to go live when he's not in school, or put his school computer in his room, or I don't know what. So we'll have to figure that out.
Right. I know you and all your organizing skills. We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out.
Are you guys doing anything over the weekend?
I don't know. My husband keeps asking me, what do you want to do for your birthday? I don't know. Nothing. Probably just dinner or something for the weekend.
Right? Because that's on, what did you say? What was it? Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Tuesday. I was thinking of, like having a little barbecue or something. My friend across the street, she wants to have a barbecue at her place. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. We haven't had a barbecue at her place yet. So, I've got like several really good friends here on my street. Like 2 girls that I consider like almost like my sisters. And so we kind of like go back and forth around, like we'll have a party over there, party over here, you know, not really like a big party, but just like a barbecue type.
Right.
Yeah, so we've kind of done that, but we haven't had one at her place yet. And, you know, so hopefully I can get her to do that this weekend, and we'll go over to her place. So we'll see.
Sounds fun.
Play with the toads. No, ew, gross.
Who's playing with toads?
Oh, that's what Adam said, to play with the toads. No, I mean, we do have those. They're really big too. They're like about this big. These ugly toads. I think they come up from the wash and then they get stuck up here and can't find their way back to the water. But yeah, they're kind of gross. I wouldn't want to touch it though. But my dogs, they think it's funny and they want to play with them.
Oh, of course, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they'll jump around and then the dogs are just sniffing them and chasing them. It's pretty gross. Maybe if it like turned into a prince or something. But I wouldn't want to kiss it to find out. That'd be nasty.
Yeah. No. Gross. You know, I don't know. I don't need it to turn into a prince. I just need it turned into somebody to help me with shipping.
Oh, that'd be great.
I might kiss a toad then.
Yeah.
Listing.
Like, I'll kiss you if you can do like 50
How fast can you type?
Yeah. You can list. You get a kiss.
If you can list, you get a kiss.
We need that on a t-shirt.
That's amazing.
That would be funny. Adam says if one turns into a princess, call me. I will let you know if that happens.
You'd have to kiss it though to find out, Adam.
I'm not doing it.
We'll find you some toads and we'll leave that kissing part up to you. I'm looking for somebody to ship for me.
Yeah. I need someone to list for me.
Adam just says something that I say in my, because you know I turn like everybody blue once I've seen them a few times, but my whole if you're blue I like you. You know, if you want to figure out what you say a lot, start making YouTube videos live because you can't edit those.
Yeah, I used to love it when Dave would do her, or not Dave, Beth would do the Davidisms. It was so funny.
Miss Thrifty Dad.
I know.
Thrifty Dad. He's I get it though, you know. Life happens, things change, one chapter closes and another one opens. Dad.
No, I totally get it. I see him out there every once in a while, but not very often.
If you're blue, I like you. It's true though. It's true. And I'm always all, well, and if you're not, then I don't like you. Or I just don't know you. No, I'm a lover, not a fighter. There's not a whole lot of people in the world that I dislike, and very, very few on YouTube, but you know, they're everywhere. Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah,
a few.
Life's too short to get your panties all in a bunch, you know, over much. And I figure if people don't like you or they don't like me, that's one less person I got to worry about, really.
That's true. And you know what? No matter what you do, someone's always gonna be a hater. It's like no matter what you do. So don't worry about that.
Can't please them all.
No. There's always someone out there judging you. So
it's you. You're
don't
judging
worry
me,
about
Crystal. Crystal, are you judging me, Crystal? Crystal?
I am so judging you right now.
Don't judge me, Crystal.
I'm judging you hard.
I'm feeling the judgment. I'm feeling it.
I'm so judging you, Kimmy.
I know it. And it's verified because it's all over YouTube now.
Yep.
Yes, Matt, there's always a crazy story.
Yes.
I just saw the delay and me waving my arms around. I kind of had a whole made me think all the bug talk we were just there. All right.
Oh, was there a grasshopper? Like
no, but flailing my arms around.
Yeah.
It makes me think.
No, we were walking.
I can't help but
be walking somewhere. I don't. Huh?
I can't help but be a hand talker.
Yeah, I move around a lot. And I always my hair's always in my face.
You were walking where?
I don't remember where we were going. We were walking somewhere, and then a grasshopper got stuck in my hair. And it was literally like I was having a seizure or something because this thing was in my hair, and I'm like, get it out! It was so gross, and it was just like, it's trying to get out, but it's stuck in there, and horrible.
That's funny. So that reminds me of a semi-embarrassing story. So at one of the last places I lived, there was this big picture window, huge window in the front of the living room, and I didn't have curtains up at that point, and they were working, I don't know, there were some people working on the gas line across the street, so there was a whole bunch of people out there. Well, something had flown on me, like a spider had dropped, not flown, but it had dropped, from the ceiling, or I don't know where it came from, but it hit right here on me and then went in my shirt. And so my first reaction, without even thinking twice, was to strip everything off. And I'm screaming, my front door is open. Everything was off, and I was flailing around the living room. They probably thought I was on drugs, I'm sure.
Yeah. I had a bee incident. So I was on this one lane road, kind of like the back way going up the Cajon Pass, the 15 freeway heading towards Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one direction, one direction each way. And I had my sunroof open, and a bee flew in my car. Well, I'm deathly allergic to bees. So I start panicking, and I don't know what to do because I have traffic behind me, traffic in front of me, and I'm doing this, trying to get away from the bee. Then I'm slamming on my brakes, slamming on my brakes. What is this thing doing? Oh man.
It's just a bee.
Yeah.
My daughter got stung by a bee when we went to the beach or to the reservoir last Friday. I'm go figure. This girl has the worst luck when it comes to getting injured. Brayden, you would think that my son would be the one to be so accident prone because he's wilder and likes to go fast and jump off things and be a ninja. But no, he's never broken anything in his body. My daughter, though, has. So we go to the beach last week, right? And we get everything unloaded down to the reservoir, the nice little sandy beach there. We set up the little canopy for the tent. We got the ice chest. I'm finally sitting down this is the life. I need to relax. It was a pretty crazy week and has been quite for a few weeks now. And the kids go out with my friend Hannah out to the water, and not very long later, Lily comes running back because she was just chilling in the water and a bee landed on her and stung her.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was like getting all huge on her, and I was like, we need to go find the first aid place or something and at least see. I come prepared for a lot of things, but not bee stings. That was the one thing that I did not have anything for. I had Band-Aids and, first aid stuff, but nothing for bees. So we went over to the first aid place just to make sure that the stinger wasn't in there because it was like getting so huge. I thought maybe it was still in there or something. And it wasn't. The guy who helped us was a elderly gentleman, and he was very sweet, and he was, Lily was kind of more joking at that point of being like, I can't believe that I got stung, because if she sees a bee, she freaks out. Like, she'll start yelling and running away and like being hysterical if there's a bee around her. So go figure that she's just chilling in the water, hanging out, and it just lands right on her and stings her and then dies. And
that's so weird.
I know, right? She's like, I couldn't even see it until I suddenly like felt something, on my hand. And
yeah, that's weird that it would be like out in the water like that. But
yeah, I know, right? Well, she wasn't too far off the shore, but still, it was pretty irritating. What up, Derek? NASCAR man 33.
Like Adam's off to Sam's Club.
Yeah, Sam's Club.
I need to make a trip to Sam's Club.
I like Costco.
Yeah, I like Costco too. So I have a Sam's Club card, and then my neighbor has a Costco card. So we'll switch back and forth. So I'll take her to Sam's Club when I go, and then when she goes to Costco, I'll go with her.
That's awesome.
So we get both.
See, I don't have cool name. Whoa, I was typing my shipping details into the chat. Whoops.
It will.
Wrong area. Yeah, I don't really talk to. So I talked to Gladys, my neighbor who's like 90 something. She's always glad to meet you. I talked to her a little bit, but I feel bad because I don't have a lot of time sometimes. During the hours that I kind of see her, and so I'm like constantly watching for her sometimes because like if I run into her, she talks a lot and she's lonely. So I feel for her and I want to give her that attention and the time that she deserves. But a few times there have been moments of where we shut the blinds and turn off the lights.
That's funny.
She's so sweet, but she just doesn't stop, and she doesn't kind of take a hint like when you gotta go. Like, she'll catch me when I'm literally car door open and trying to like get into the car and leave, and she's got to tell me her whole life story. Like one time she was telling me about all the animals she's ever caught, over the years, and she has a vegetable garden, and so she tries to keep certain animals out. Then there's this whole ordeal with raccoons one year where there was literally over 20 raccoons that were visiting her, or not raccoons, skunks. 20 that were visiting her under her shed. They like made babies under her shed. That was a bad year, let me tell you. It was a hard summer. Dealing with some skunks.
Was she feeding them or like?
I don't know. I have no idea what she was doing. She's older and she's like, she's so sweet. She really is the nicest lady, but she's losing it a little bit for sure. Yeah. She's a hard-working lady. I mean, she'll go out there, like, she's out there trimming all the bushes along the driveway and up there on the back of her little open bed trailer, trimming the branches of the trees. And I'm like, Gladys, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I don't have any problem ever helping her, but she's very kind of set in her ways and been doing her thing for a long time. So every once in a while I'll go, if I don't hear from her or see her, then, we make sure to check in on her and make sure she's all right over there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal with her family is. I don't think they live anywhere near here. She's so
That's hard.
She's such a sweet, like, she just appears to be like you want her to be your grandma kind of lady.
Yeah.
But she's a little sassy, and it's always amusing how sassy such a sweet looking person can be. Who's named Gladys? Come on now.
That's awesome name too.
I know, right? She'll tell you every time, I'm Gladys. I'm glad to meet you.
I'm glad to meet you. That's funny.
I know.
That's
I wonder if she would make for really good YouTube videos, like having Gladys come over for tea. Stories with Gladys.
That would be cool.
She probably like it.
You should see if she would want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
meet all your friends, all your YouTube friends. That'd be fun.
Yeah. She would be. She's such a nice, sweet lady.
Yeah, do like a live hangout with Gladys.
I know, right? Well, there's really some of I've seen all kinds of videos where, there's quite an age gap in a friendship, and they're some of the best ones. Like, I feel for people who live lonely lives, and even when I don't want to be bugged, like I want to eye roll or shut my front door, truly, she comes up to knock. I'm not sitting there peeking through the peephole like, ha ha, Gladys, I'm not answering the door. But if she comes over, she needs something. There was one time last year she came up and she's like, I have to make this real quick. And I'm like, okay, nothing with Gladys is ever quick, but I'm like, all right, what do you need? She's like, I need you to do a run for me. And I'm like, what? Do a what? Do a what kind of run? And she's like, I literally got the runs. I need you to go run to the store.
Oh.
And she's like, I need you to get me some things because I have the runs. I'm like, okay, Gladys. And I did. But I had to go to the store with this list of all kinds of, most people would be probably pretty embarrassed. And I couldn't find it in the store, so I had to go find an employee who then I'm telling him, okay, well, my neighbor basically has diarrhea right now, and she needs some pads and some Depends and some I don't know, some type of little cloth, I don't know, medicated something, and they just kind of looked at me like, right, it's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're an awesome friend, Kimmy. Not many people would do that for you.
Yeah, so if you got the runs, just call me up, and I guess I'll go help you.
I remember that. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, well, she was really glad to meet me that day.
Oh,
Gladys.
Poor Gladys.
Hello, pickers. I know, right? I hope that someday all that karma is going to come back to me. That's what
it will.
You know?
It definitely will. Yeah.
She's so descriptive in things that I'm just like, okay, all you had to do was tell me you had the runs. Like, that's it. We're good. But she gets so descriptive. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
That's good though that she trusts you enough to come over and ask you for help.
Well, we I kind of keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
I notice that she seems kind of lonely, and the discussions of the kids is really quite another hilarious topic. The kids down the street think that she's some crazy old lady, and I find this out through Braden, talking about stories of why sometimes the kids will, for example, kick the ball in the driveway on accident in their driveway, and they're all scared. The other kids we're all scared to go through there. And I asked Braden one time about it. I'm like, why are your friends so afraid to go over there? They're like, because that lady's crazy. Like she has dead bodies hanging in her garage. I'm like, what are you even talking about?
Dead bodies in the garage. It's funny the stories kids make up.
Yeah, I told him, I'm like, no, dude, she's the nicest lady ever. I don't even know where they got.
I have skunks underneath her house, but there's no dead bodies.
She likes to spy on people, so you'll catch her sometimes through, because we share a fence, and there's kind of a business that's on the back side of this, but and also a train like right here, so there's a lot of people who walk through or in between the train and the fence, along the road that's right here. But I'll catch her sometimes, peeping through the little hole in the fence. Like there's Gladys, all face smushed up to the fence. Watching people.
Oh, she's bored.
Well, if you see those things as a little kid, you might think that it is a little weird too.
I guess, yeah.
Gladys, what are we gonna do?
Funny. I worked in a call center for a long time, and we used to get a lot of elderly that would call in and just want to talk to you. Like, they don't have a problem. They don't need anything. They're just calling to have someone to talk to.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It is sad. So makes me think of when I lived in Kansas, I volunteered at the local hospital in the section, they called it death row, which is a little twisted, but it's basically a side section that had a little hallway off from the hospital, of people who were there to not leave. Basically, they had some terminal, illness of some sort, or they were just really old, or whatever it was. But I volunteered there for a couple years. And I feel for people, man. Like, and it's really sad to see how many people it kind of left alone, and how many people that don't go visit, their loved ones, maybe. And I get that money is an issue sometimes and all of that, but like, I was happy to be the person to kind of bring them some side of joy, hopefully. There were a few, though. There was this one lady who I was warned by that she would never like me, that she would not want anything to do with me. She hates everybody. To go in, if you have to go in, and bring her something or whatever it is, to just know that she's going to yell at you. So I was like, all right, and I figured, man, that lady probably has something really deep, like, going on with her, and I maybe should have left it. But after quite a few times of going in, and her, of course, being like, leave, I still continued to go in. And there was one time when I had made a whole bunch of hearts out of construction paper for Valentine's Day, and I put them on all of the doors of all the people there living in this hallway. And I wish I could remember her name, but that was the day that she let me go in just a little bit further, and instead of telling me to leave, she asked me to come and sit down. And I thought that was really cool. And she didn't say much that very first day. She just wanted me to just sit there. And after months of doing that, she eventually, we were chatting, and I got to learn about her whole life. And she kind of lived kind of a messed up life, and basically was kind of an inconvenience to her family. And they put her there to die alone, pretty much. So I could see why she was crabby, but I was really kind of proud of that, of being able to reach out and She's like the Grinch, man. The Grinch of the hospital there. She was a scary lady, but she was just.
I think instead of, the other people just running away from that, you just kept pushing her like, I'm still here for you regardless of.
Right. And part of it, I was volunteering, so it wasn't like I wasn't worried about my job being on the line in that sense. I wouldn't necessarily suggest if somebody's going to tell you not to do something who does work, you work with, or, like the nurses were the ones that were telling me to just kind of leave her alone. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but I'm a little persistent sometimes. And when I get a little sign or a hint of something, I go for it. Like, I want to see what happens. And I mean, what's the worst that could happen? She hates me for being nice,
Yeah.
Like, it ended up.
She probably really appreciated that, because maybe she felt, since her family just.
She didn't trust anybody. She didn't want to like anybody. She just wanted to die. She just wanted to die. She didn't want to be there.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, it is really sad. It just shows it. It's like, I have this discussion with my kids a lot about, like, take for example, people with road rage. People who get so mad and angry so quick. We don't know necessarily what's going on in people's lives. Is it okay for people to treat you like dirt? No. Is it okay for people to cut you off? No, of course not. But you know what? People like that, even if you feed into it, number one, you're fueling the fire. Number two, guess what? It's going to do nothing for that person, because they're going to continue to go about their day being a douchebag anyways. So it's just like, basically, don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what somebody's kind of going through. Should you be a douche because you're having a bad day? No. But don't be so quick to judge. Give people a little bit of a chance, kind of, I guess, is basically. And don't let silly things sort of get to you.
That's so true. That's so true. You never know what's going on with a person, or what they've been through, or even what led them up to treating you that particular way that day. It's like, or maybe that's just completely out of their character, but they've had such a horrible week or something that led up to that, and they're ready just to go home and crawl
and just let them. Don't feed into it. And plus, people are so psycho these days. Like, you never know who's gonna turn and pull a gun on you or something. So it's just not even worth it. Just let it go. It's not going to make a difference in there. It's not going to make you feel better, really, if you start reacting to it or screaming in the car back at them, and really all that. I mean, that's not doing you good anyway. So, like Colleen said, just let it go. It's not worth it. Life's too short. It truly is. Life's too short.
Yes.
I don't know how we got on to that whole entire. Oh, because I was talking about my neighbor. I'm talking about
because of Gladys.
That reminds me of this lady that I used to clean for. Her name was Barbie, and she. It's like story time with Kim today, or what? She was another lady that was pretty lonely. Her husband of like 50 years had passed away, not even a year before that, when I kind of came into her life. So she was still sort of going through that mourning, kind of process. And they had been world travelers. He was, I can't remember what he did, but he traveled for his business, and they traveled all over the world, and they would collect things from every place that they would go. One of them being clocks. They loved to collect clocks of all kinds. And I like clocks. I thought they were really cool. They collected them from all over the world and everywhere. Well, when I first started cleaning her house, I noticed that she had all these clocks and even these like little water feature fountain things And none of them were plugged in now. None of them were, none of them were wound for those that weren't, just like kind of battery operated. And I always wondered why she had done that for quite some time of cleaning her house. And as I got to know her a little bit, she shared more and more about how her husband, every time that she would hear a clock, she thinks of her husband, so she turned them all off. It made her sad. She's like, my life died when he died. And she's like, I'm just waiting to die too. My time is up. I am nothing like without him. And that was so sad, right? So sad. Broke my heart. Well, I got to know her very well, so much so that at the time there was a few kind of days where I had to bring my kids with me, and she didn't mind that I did that, and she got to know my kids and love them. And then she would kind of entertain them or talk to them while I cleaned her house, which was cool. They made brownies together, like Lily and her made brownies, and she loved it. She started to kind of perk up, and you could see this sort of dark sadness going away. And so I took it upon myself to take a little risk, because she could have fired me and told me to go away. But she was getting ready in the bathroom, and she took a long time kind of to get ready. She didn't move around very fast. So, that was fine. While she was in the bathroom, I went and I set all the clocks. I turned all the clocks on, filled all the water fountains, and I was scared that she was going to come out. I instantly started to regret it after I did it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what have I done? I need to go back and turn off, because I'm thinking she's going to have a meltdown. Like, this is a really bad idea. I should not have done this. And so I run downstairs to go, and I'm thinking, like, I'm going to try to turn all this stuff off. Well, she comes out of the bathroom and she just stops. And I'm like, oh my God, I am going to be this reason. This lady's going to have a heart attack. Like, she's going to hate me forever. I'm going to lose my best client. Like, I loved this lady, she was very special to me. I didn't bring my kids just into any random, home. And she says nothing. She starts like walking, and she kind of leans like she hears something, and I'm like mortified. I am dying inside right now. And this was before my pacemaker. I got my pacemaker, so like my heart was beating. I wanted to puke. I was like, this is the worst idea. The last thing I wanted to do was to hurt her,
Yeah.
She goes and she kind of comes out of the little sort of how some bathrooms have, like, they'll have a little, what is it called, like a mirror on the outside and then a countertop, like a separate, like vanity. Yeah, vanity area. So she like walks past that, and you could tell she's like leaning in, like, 'cause she hears things, and she comes in the corner and she sees the first clock, and she still says nothing. I'm like, oh my God, like I am freaking out. And she walks through the hallway and through the house and all around, and she says nothing. She just looks at all the clocks, and I'm like wanting to die inside. She makes it to the kitchen, and in the kitchen was a fountain that was behind, like on the windowsill of her sink, and I had filled it with water and plugged it in. And I also had turned on this little old, like kind of retro looking radio that she had. She had told me she loved 50s music. So I turned the radio on. I had it playing like really, really quiet. And she, after, I don't know, probably 10 minutes, like of wandering around the house saying nothing. Like, she turns to me and she's you're an angel sent from heaven. You were meant to be here. And she's like, I love you. And I just melted like in an instant, and she's like, family doesn't have to be blood. She's like, you are my family. And I just, that melted me, but I was scared.
What you really needed, though, was someone to kind of help her through that.
Yeah.
Being able to start listening to those sounds again, and you were that person.
I was so scared. She cried. She was bawling like at that point and so happy. And she just needed a little help, I guess, to do that. And, we chatted for quite some time about how, she shouldn't forget the remembrance, kind of the happy things about her husband. He sounded like a wonderful man. And, I loved to hear the stories about him. So it was cool because then she would tell me about where she got all the clocks and be kind of excited, about explaining those stories. So yeah, she was a nice lady. She is not living anymore, which is sad, but she was a good lady. Y'all getting some details of me today.
Story time with Kimmy. I'll be right back. My doggy needs to go outside. I'll be right back.
Fine.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Let me look. I haven't even looked at the chat here. I was on my other screen. Let me see what's in here. I'm still printing this here, though. Okay. What's up, Kelly? How are you? How are you? Y'all came. You came in and I was rambling. Got on all kinds of deep topics. Why is my printer not printing? Turkey Falconer's wife says that's a great story. Yeah, that lady was a good lady. I think of her often because of Barbie Crafts, her name being Barbie. That's the second person I've ever met that had that name. You shipping? That's what I'm doing. Well, I was talking, but I'm printing. Printing and shipping and printing and shipping. Print, go, and go. I don't know if you guys can hear that, probably. It's right underneath my desk. See you, so what's up? How you doing? I love that you started down the unicorn emoji. It makes me happy. Oh, I love it because it's all about boodles, glitter, and unicorns. What's going on? How are you? How you doing? All right, I gotta make the tape noise. Uh-oh, this tape is almost out. Gotta make the tape noise. I'm gonna try to be fast. Let's see how fast I can be on getting 4 pieces of tape out. Ready?
I'm back.
Tape. I'm just apologizing to the people on the watching this video for my tape noises. I only got 3 more tape noises. Ready?
Yep.
Bam! Done.
Okay. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Oh, my big son. Say hi.
Hi.
It's my son's dog.
Oh, so cute.
Say hi.
Makes me think of that one dog that we picked up, and basically I was on the hunt for its home. I don't know for how long that was, a week or something.
Mm-hmm.
Beans. That's what we nicknamed him. Beans.
Beans.
Beans. Well, it kind of sort of came from the fact that I couldn't figure out. He didn't seem to react to whatever I was trying to tell him, and it wasn't because I thought he was untrained. He seemed like he was trained, but he spoke Spanish. Well, that's what I found out eventually. But we were calling him Beans because I had said some Spanish word or something, and it just kind of started to be that way.
That's funny.
He was so cute, though. He was white and fluffy.
Aw. Are you tired?
Life's rough, you know?
Are you tired? Hasn't done anything all day. He's been sleeping all day, so now he's so tired.
Rough.
It's hot, huh?
It's hard being that cute, you know.
Go play. Go find Jacob. Go find Jacob. Oh, he's so funny because we ripped all the carpeting out of our house and we put down all this new like wood flooring.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves to run around and slide.
Well, that's funny.
So he goes like this, you know, trying to get traction, and then he'll get his speed up, and then he'll just let go, and he'll like slide and hit the wall, and he loves it.
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
My dog's weird about slick floors. She'd rather be on carpet areas. She doesn't even like to sit on anything but carpet. She's such a princess.
Oh, this one's the opposite. He just likes to run all over the wood and just slide everywhere.
CSSL says, stuck at day job. Ooh, I need to let you see my desk. I have 2 unicorns and a narwhal. That's awesome. Oh. Take a picture of it or something.
Narwhal swimming in the ocean.
Okay. What is that one from? What is that from?
I don't know. It's just a song my son showed me on YouTube. It's like one of those ones that get stuck in your head forever.
Yes. Don't they all of those?
Yeah.
My kids, then if I admit, especially my son, if I admit, shish kebab, if I admit that I have a song stuck in my head, they love to, well, Brayden loves to continue to sing whatever song it is that I have stated is stuck in my head. You know.
Yes, I do know. But I've heard if you turn on the song and listen to it all the way through, that it will no longer be stuck in your head.
Well, I haven't
tried it. I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
I'm going to try it out.
Or not, but Cake by the Ocean. That's a whole different song, Mama. That's a whole different song.
I need to message this person.
Yeah, I don't remember all the words. There's something like narwhal swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion because he's so awesome, or something like that. I don't remember all the words.
Turkey Falconer's wife says, I had a Cher song stuck in my head for a week. It drove me insane.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably going to now be stuck in your head again. If you try
probably, because you're thinking about it.
Yep. You better go listen to the whole song. See if it gets unstuck from your head.
And if it doesn't, I'm sorry.
We're killing Gladys.
Yeah. Yeah, if that doesn't work, I'm sorry. It's not my fault.
Mary. Hello, Mary. Woohoo! Got that one. Now I just have one. Wow! I'm throwing my packages. My legs are sticking to my chair. It is not a good thing.
Oh, Mama says she just sliced her finger open. How'd you do that?
What? Probably with them big scissors, huh, Kelly? It was them big scissors.
Just wrap it up with duct tape. eBay tape. Wrap it up with eBay tape.
Mary says she was watching Dee's replay and heard you mention this. I'm lagging behind in my support watching here. That's all right, Mary. We still love you.
No worries. You're here now. We've been going for a while already. What, an hour and 48 minutes? It doesn't seem that long when you start.
Isn't that long? Yeah, it doesn't seem
almost,
like at all.
Almost 2 hours.
We've been chit-chatting away.
You use eBay tape. So Mama, she instead of a Band-Aid, she just used eBay tape.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
See, I'm not even going to read that out loud, Colleen, because then it's going to be stuck in everybody's head. So if you want to see what she's talking about, you all have to read the chat. Pretty funny. Where's the other?
I have this vintage doll. I think I've showed it to you before. But I have this vintage doll that I posted, and I have it on eBay, but I also have it on Poshmark, like in the home goods section, because it's more of like a collector's item, not like to play with.
Mm-hmm.
And someone messaged me on my Poshmark that they think that my pricing is too low.
Oh, well, I figured you were going to say too high. The second I heard you start to say that.
That it was too low, because she had one, or she has one listed in her closet also, a similar doll. It's a different style, but the same designer. And she has hers listed for more than double what I have mine listed for. And she thinks I should raise my price.
Oh, well, nice of her to give you advice.
That's basically what I told her. I was like, well, I comp my items off of solds, so I don't know where you're getting your price from, but right? I think mine is pretty reasonable.
Some people, you just never know. You just never know. I just sold something. I should see what it is. What I sell? What I sell? Why ain't my cha-ching on? Cha-ching. Oh, where is my cha-ching? Oh, where is my cha-ching?
Sometimes I have a delay. Like, I'll get the message first from like PayPal or something, and then I'll get the cha-ching later. And I'm like, it's a weird delay.
Oh, my friend has got to torture me. She's sending me pictures from some antique shop. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I saw it's a little puppy figurine. I've had him for a bit. But him's very cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. He's a stone critter, or by a company called Stone Critter. These are the types of things that I love to take pictures of, because how cute is that, right?
That is really cute. That's a good picture too. Oh,
like, nice detail.
Like a real dog.
Well, and he's only like this big, so to think of all that detail that you see in that is pretty amazing.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah, very cute little face.
Oh.
I know, right? Oh, he's so cute.
He is cute. Mary says, how are your sales? Probably better than hers. No, probably not. Because like Poshmark has just been crickets. I mean,
I wonder why that is.
Nothing.
Mary says it's a cuddlet.
Yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, my sales are all right. It's picking up. I mean, but I've been lifting a lot, and
yeah, I've been listing. My sales last week were pretty good, but this week I don't know what happened. It's just, I don't know. I'm not doing very well this week.
I sometimes think it comes in waves, like it
does.
You know, 1 week. So maybe the next week will be just crazy busy for you.
And it really depends too on what you're selling. So
true.
You know, I know I sell mainly clothing, which I'm trying to change that, working on it. But so that has a lot to do with it too. I'm sure as the season starts to change, you know, the sales for me will pick up a little bit. People buying more fall and winter stuff. But right now, it's really slow for me.
I'm sure it will pick up.
But I just got to share my Poshmark closet. That's the only way I make sales, is by sharing constantly.
Yeah, so you think that matters? You think that matters? I've heard both ways. I've heard like Chris Liquidation OH or Ohio or whatever people want to call him. He has a Poshmark and he doesn't share at all. And so I've heard both ways.
Okay, so yeah. I've been selling on Poshmark for about 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And I sell a lot. I've sold a lot on Posh. My thinking is that if you have brands that are searchable, because that's probably the easiest way to shop on Posh is to put something in the search bar. So if you're looking for Adidas or you're looking for Victoria's Secret or whatever it is, you can search that in the search bar. And they also have, you know, the categories on the side that you can filter by, but they're specific brands. So if you have those specific brands that people are looking for, those hot brands that they can search for, then I think you don't have to share as much. But if you have other brands that aren't as popular, or you're doing a lot more like, I don't know, maybe like Walmart and Target type brands, mm-hmm. That people aren't necessarily searching for, but they might like the style, that you're going to need to share that to your followers more so they can actually see the item and not be searching by the brand. So for me, I don't have a lot of those like high desired brands that people search for on Posh. So I share my closet like 3 times a day. And I mean, I still make very good sales, even though everything that I sell is, you know, I sell a lot of Target and Walmart brands, Forever 21, Kohl's. I sell a lot of that stuff, but I have to be constantly sharing my closet. Mm-hmm. So it does go both ways depending on what you're selling.
Yeah, I think he sells sports stuff, like very much guy things, more sports.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That eBay, you know, I hear people say they promote listings, and then some people say they don't promote listings, and then some say that you need to put your store out of sale at this, you know, this day or this percent, or I don't even know. I just do what works for me and keep doing my thing. And if I can continue to better whatever it is that I'm doing, then right on.
Well, I think that's the thing too, is that it's different for everyone because everyone sells something different. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know, maybe there are more clothing shoppers on Fridays than there are electronic shoppers. I have no idea. So it's like it would be different. It would be different the way you run your store than the way I run it, just because we sell completely different things.
Yeah, I don't have very many clothes listed at all. I'm trying to even remember what I do have. I mean, there's probably like 10. There will be, though, more coming because I do put up more clothing items for fourth quarter than I do any other time of the year. I'm just not well versed in it, really, and that's it's. Of course, there's the part of it's not my favorite thing to list, but if it brings money, a good amount, then I'll get, I can get over that. So I don't mind measuring shirts and stuff like that if it's worth my time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Same thing goes for any other items. It has to be worth your time, to not only to make the listing, but to research it, to photograph it. And then also you have to take into factor of shipping it, because some items like a clothing, a shirt, I mean, that's the easiest thing to ship. It's well, for me, and I think for you, you've already have it partially pre-shipped by being in a poly bag of some sort, ready to just be stuffed in whatever, needs to happen and out the door. But, if you're shipping items that are breakable or picture frames or, glass or whatever it is, that can take a lot longer. So you have to take that into factor too.
Yeah, so I've kind of considered that because I've been trying to get more into the hard goods and I've been buying things. And I've noticed that it takes me so much longer to actually package and ship the items. Whereas clothing, it takes me longer to list the item.
Mm-hmm.
I have to measure and take other pictures and find the little flaws and take pictures of that. So it kind of weighs out. And I really do prefer clothing more than all of the hard goods, but I'm finding more money in the hard goods than in the clothing. So
Right.
I don't know. I think I need to be more 50-50 with it.
I think if you want to have kind of a consistent sales and never a slowdown period, I think that it would be good to broaden what you sell. That's just my opinion. I mean, you do what you want, but I'm going to learn more about clothing because I could take more advantage of the bins, which are, Street Savvy. I think you're one of the ones who follows her. Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
She's a Poshmark seller, a clothes seller. She lives here in Dimmer. I know that there's a few people. I know Leticia knows who she is, but her name is Street Savvy, her YouTube channel. Her name is Street Savvy.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes and shops at the bins, and she sells basically clothes and shoes. She does very, very, very well. Hashtag goals of hoping to meet her in person. But she sources here in Denver, and she pulls out stuff that's like, I'm just like drooling because I can't even believe how but she spends time though. She'll even say that she spent 6-8 hours, at the bins.
That's crazy. I don't have that time.
Right.
I wish I did, but I don't.
Right. That's kind of insane. But she's also selling. I mean, she has pictures. She's also on Instagram. I'll see if I can find one of her pictures.
It's Street Savvy.
Yeah, she's very sweet. She does a lot of videos of hauls of the things that she pulls. And actually, it's Todd's mom. It's her favorite YouTuber, or one of her favorite YouTubers. She's a very sweet girl.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. I don't know why I didn't recognize her name. Yeah, I'm already following her. Yeah, for me, going to the bins, there's a lot of competition there at the bins. Like, it's all resellers.
Oh, wait, where the heck's my screen? I was showing the viewers. Like the hashtag goals, right? I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy amount. So she's obviously doing something right.
Yeah. See, I started on Poshmark. So, I had a friend tell me about the bins. I didn't know what it was. And he told me that that's what his girlfriend was doing on the side. And so I just kept learning more about it. And then I had to go check it out. I started at the bins with like my leftover grocery money. It was like $30. So I went to the bins with $30 and I flipped that. And then I just kept going from there. And that's how I built up my Poshmark. But that's why I have all clothing, because when I first started Poshmark, it was only women's clothing. There was nothing else allowed on Posh.
Haven't they expanded that now? Like, I'm confused as to what hard goods or what else you can sell on there now. But
so you can sell women's, men's, kids clothing, shoes. You can sell accessories like jewelry, hats, scarves, that sort of thing. You can sell makeup only if it's brand new and unopened. You're not supposed to sell anything like lotions and soaps and things like that. I don't think you can even sell perfumes, but I see it all the time on there. And then in the new home goods section, it's supposed to be like decorative items. And then they expanded it into some kitchen items that you can list, not appliances, not like small appliances or anything, but it's more like decorative type stuff that you can list.
Like home decor-ish kind of?
Yeah, like home decor.
That's cool. You are good luck because I just sold another item.
Oh, that's good.
You're good luck.
I've had none today. So.
Well, there's 3 now that I'm gonna have to. I have till tomorrow.
No, that's awesome.
So I'm in no rush.
I know. But it's like, yes, usually on Thursdays I'll work my Poshmark closet a lot. I'll share. I'll send out offers. I will make bundles and then send offers on people on their bundles. I'll like post a sale, that sort of thing. And then I'll just start getting more, I guess, more views, more activity. That's what I'm looking for. Like more activity in my Poshmark closet. But I don't really do that on my eBay. I mean, I run a sale or a promotion type thing, but that's kind of the thing that I like about Poshmark is I can do a lot with it, and I can send out a lot more off. Like I could send an offer on every single item if I wanted to,
That's cool.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to learn it more, especially with Lily doing that. It gets a little. It's a little hard for her to try to figure out her timing of when to do things. So she's gonna have to probably list on the weekends because school takes up a lot of time. We get home at like 4:30 here, and then it's 2 hours of homework that they have, and at some point they gotta eat. So it gets kind of late. But
is she listing from her phone?
Yeah.
I would suggest, because I've been in her closet and I've been sharing her closet like every day. I would suggest, because of the things that she has listed on there, to share as much as possible.
Okay, I'll tell her that because I don't know. I don't know how to help her in the best ways of doing things. And she's kind of trying to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, to get a feel for not just listing the same type of thing over and over.
Yeah, I would just share. Don't worry about sharing other people's items. Share your own items. Yeah. And then one of the fastest ways, or one of the best ways that I grew my Poshmark closet really fast was following other people's followers. So Poshmark says that you'll get like a big jump in activity in your closet when you hit 50,000 followers. And that's just because you have so many more eyeballs on closet. So what I did is I will just search for people. It could be any, just any random person, put it in there. Go and look at their followers and then follow all of their followers. And you'll notice about 50% will follow you back. So that's how I built up my my followers, and that has given me a huge jump.
A lot, like it's over 100,000, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'm at like 112,000 followers.
That's a lot of people. Colleen, why do you think people put one thing in a bundle? I can't figure that out.
So people put something in a bundle to put it on hold. So if they put it in a bundle, it basically gives them either a little bit more time to do additional shopping, or I believe it holds it for like 12 hours and nobody else can buy it. So that's why they'll put it in a bundle. It kind of like gives them that hold time to decide whether or not they want to buy it or they want to add more stuff to their bundle. The only thing that sucks about that is nobody else can buy it for that like 12 hours, I think it is. So I think that's why people do that. But also I think people put it in a bundle because then you know that they're interested in it, and then you might send them an offer for it.
That makes sense. I have to wrap this up.
Yeah. No, I know. It's been going for
blowing up. I don't know. Nobody ever calls me, and all of a sudden I go live, and like everybody and their mom trying to be calling me.
Well, I get it. Yeah, I know. My dad's texting me right now. What's going on? Like, what do you mean? I haven't texted you for a while.
Hello, I'm here live.
What are you doing? Why haven't you talked to me?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know it puts things on hold. Yeah, if you'll notice it doesn't happen very often, but you might click on something that you want to add to your bundle and it'll say like unavailable or on hold or something like that. And that's because someone else already has it in a bundle.
Have a good day, Mary.
All right, I'll let you go, Kimmy. Yeah, if Lily has any questions or whatever, she can always text me or I'll help her with Posh.
You're so sweet. She's a good kid. She's I'm pretty proud of that. I like her. I always tell her, I'm like, you know what? I like you. She knows I love her all the time, but I tell her even that just as a person, I'm like, you're pretty awesome. Like, I really like you.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I like her more than Gladys. Shh, don't tell Gladys, though.
You definitely do like a coffee time or something with Gladys, or tea time.
Tea time with Gladys.
You're like, hey, all my friends know who you are. Will you come and sit and chat with us?
Maybe she will. Right? She'd probably love it. She's so sweet. I don't even know if she probably still has a flip phone. Like, I don't even know if she has a cell phone.
Funny.
I don't know. All we know is that she hangs dead bodies in her garage, apparently, according to all the little 8-year-olds in the neighborhood. That's what they
and feeds the skunks under her house.
With all the strawberries and tomatoes that she grows outside and other green friendly plants.
That could be taken in so many ways. Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
All right, Kimmy, I'll let you go.
Hi, Valerie. Bye, Valerie.
Oh, hi, Valerie. Sorry, we're going now. Thank you so much for hanging out, everybody.
Smash that like.
Thank you for letting me see your beautiful face, Kimmy. I miss you all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. You know I love you, my friend.
So this is cool. I have to do it more often. We don't do it enough.
Yeah, I had fun. I am.
Bye, Pat.
Yeah, we should totally hang out more often. I love it. I miss hanging out with you, and everybody else needs to have. And now that I'm in the school groove, my schedule is a little better.
Yeah, we'll figure it out here in the next couple of days. The school starts on Monday, but my son might not start until the following Monday just because we're kind of like this late registration thing. So we'll get it figured out here in a week or so, figure out our schedule, and then we can do this more.
Yes, sounds good.
All right, Kimmy, I will see you later.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye.